Assalamualaikum and hi sir. So we are from group 23 and this is
My name is Farhan. My name is Faiz.
My name is Norluqman.
and this is our video for poster presentation.
And what is your name?
My name is Ikhram.
Okay, hi sir. So as you can see, this is our poster for our poster presentation. Our group will be doing on 3D seismic attribute application for stratigraphy study in Malay Basin. So we're going to have some sections that we will talk about. So we're going to start with the introduction, and then we will continue to the brief on methodology and workflow, and then my friend will be discussing on the results and discussion, and lastly the conclusion. So let us start with the introduction. Okay sir, so this is for the introduction. Our study area is at the Ledang Barat Well at Malay Basin. So as you can see here sir, this map shows the Malay Basin area, which is this whole area, and the Ledang Barat Well is located inside this circle. So for the introduction, the Malay Basin is located at the offshore east coast of Peninsular Malaysia, where it is quite related to the Thai Basin in the north and Penang Basin in the south. It is bounded at the northeastern flanks by the Korat Swell and Tenggol Arch respectively. So this study area is to identify the stratigraphy of Malay Basin that had been done in Ledang Barat 1. And this Ledang Barat 1 is located 123 miles from Kuala Terengganu in South China Sea. So for our study area, for the 3D seismic attribute, we had used some of the attributes for interpretation of the seismic data to observe the stratigraphy of this study area, which is the Ledang Barat 1. And with that, I'm going to pass the floor to Norluqman to continue on the brief on methodology and workflow.
So I'm Luqman and I will give a brief about our methodology. So for this study, we use Software Petrel 2013 to analyze the seismic data of the Malay Basin, especially in Ledang Barat 1, and we apply several of attributes to identify the stratigraphy of our study area. And moving on with the workflow, so first step is we do a horizon picking, and after that we make a surface map, and then we apply volume attributes, relative acoustic impedance, graphic equalizer, and variance. And then we compare the attributes with raw data, and after that identify the features of the stratigraphy, and lastly we conclude with the result and discussion and conclusion. So next I will pass the floor to my friend Faiz to give the result and discussion.
Okay, thank you, Luqman. Okay, now I'm going to explain more about the result and discussion of our project. In this project, our group decided to choose Group J and Group K as our main study area. In order to find the possible stratigraphy, we use several attributes such as relative acoustic impedance, graphic equalizer, and also variance. As you can see here, the first diagram shows the possible sequence stratigraphy that we obtain by using attribute relative acoustic impedance. So by using that attribute, we managed to figure out the distribution of group in Ledang Barat Well, where the first to the bottom one, which is marked by a blue line, is group L, and on top of that, group K, and then the green line show the unconformity line, and at the top of that is group J. Then our group deduced the possible sequence of this stratigraphy, where the first group is group L, deposit first, and then followed by group K. After that, there was a compressional force acting on this strata, causing it to fold to form an anticline. After that, there was an episode of erosion that erode some of the group K, and it was followed by the deposition of group J and so on. Okay, moving on to the next diagram. This diagram shows the reflection termination that was obtained by using attribute graphic equalizer. And we found out that on this Ledang Barat well, there are top lap, which is here in the middle, on lap on this side, and erosional truncation. And lastly, we use variance to locate the possible channel in Ledang Barat well. So as you can see here, this is the raw data at the time slice, where in here we can barely see the channel. But after applying variance attribute, we can see here in the right circle the possible channel that was deposited long time ago, which is here and here. Okay, that's all from my part. Now I would like to pass to Ikhram to conclude our presentation.
So in conclusion, for this project, we apply a total of 3 attributes that help us to see the stratigraphy on the seismic data, which is relative acoustic impedance, graphic equalizer, and variance. Okay, so for relative acoustic impedance, it helps us to indicate the boundaries. And then graphic equalizer are used to enhance the top lap, on lap truncation patterns. And lastly, variance is used to identify the presence of channel on the seismic data. With that, concludes our poster presentation.